Hello everyone. Today we are going to be going over a sterling ink order. I did not know what I wanted, and so I obviously bought way more than I need. And so I'm going to be selling almost all of this now that I've decided, kind of coming to terms of what I'm actually going to use. But I thought before I list these, I would do a little walkthrough of the things that I picked up and why I've decided to go the route that I did. So one thing I do know for sure is that I want to pare down from an A5 sterling ink to a B6. B6 has become kind of my favorite size in planning. I just love the size. It's big enough that I feel like I can fit everything in that I need, but it's smaller than, I feel like with an A5, I'm just trying to fill space that I don't need. This is my current one here. I don't know how much I can actually show because I do journal in here and it's the half years, but it's fun to see how chunky it's gotten. The half year is, pretty skinny. It started like this. So anyway, this is my current one. So I knew that I wanted everything in a full year this year rather than going this half year route. This is part 2 of my year. And I knew that this A5 was just too big for me. So I'm paring down. What I didn't know is what format I need it in. So let me just tell you what I use this for. This is a common planner, so it does have weeks in here, which I use just for time blocking. You have months in here as well. And then you have blank pages in here like this. I've already put some stickers down and labeled some of the pages. That's what you get in here. So they're not dated, which is another thing that I wanted. I really wanted a dated daily. So that's kind of where I came from when I was making these purchases. So in my first order, this is what came in my first order. Then I went back and I'm like, actually, maybe I do want a common planner. And then I ended up ordering the common planner. So that's why I have 3. I've pared it down. I actually know what I'm going to go into, and I'll talk to you about that in a minute. But I also wanted to showcase this. This has nothing to do with sterling ink. I just wanted to show it, and I didn't want to make a video all about this. This is a Delonics case, and I have been wanting one of these to go around with my journaling that will just have my favorite journaling pens in here, and I am loving it. So I took everything out so I could show it new, but I got mine on Amazon. I know that they sell it on Jet Pens as well, but in here it's just a thinner book. It can hold your journal or whatever, and then you can there's 4 pockets on the inside and 4 pockets in the front with 3 pen holders, and then you have 2 pockets plus a Velcroed bigger pocket. So it's just a carrying case, and I love it, and it's super sturdy. It has like boning or something on the corner, so it's just substantial. It could go in a purse really easy. It's something that people use in the planner community, and I wanted to see what it's all about. I really like it. I'll link it down below along with these things from Amazon if you're interested in checking it out. And of course, I got yellow because I love yellow, but they have really cute like pinstriped ones and all different colors. I almost got their red one. I thought the red was so cute, but I went with yellow. All right. Thanks for letting me stick that little haul in. I just was excited about it. All right. So let's go over this. I want to start off with the thing that everyone is the most curious about, which is the Complete Planner. This is a planner I am going to sell for sure. I love it. And I keep thinking to myself, I should just keep it. I should keep it. It's so pretty. It feels so great in hand. But then I just know that I'm not going to use it. So let's talk about this. One of the reasons I know I won't use this is because it is hardbound. And with this Tombow River paper, when it gets kind of fluffy, I just know that because I sticker in here that it probably won't take to being super, super fluffy. If you are a non-sticker user or you just use very minimal stickers, this might be fine. So it is hard. I got the charcoal, which I think is so beautiful, and it feels amazing. Another reason why I kind of want to keep this is it just feels so nice in hand. So this is called the B6 Complete Vertical Full Year 2026 Common Planner. So the reason it's called Complete is because it has everything in here, everything. And it has dated dailies. These are sold out and you can't get them anymore. I have seen quite a bit of people selling them on a buy-sell trade site. So if that is something you're interested in, you can go over there. I'm going to be selling mine on the Buy Sell Trade Facebook group too, because I know people are searching for these and I just don't feel good about holding on to it just because I have it when I really don't need it. So this came in 2 different covers. I'm sure with the popularity that she's going to be bringing these back in more options next year. I'm hoping she brings it back in a soft bound so it's not this hard back. You can choose 2 different edging. She has the gold edging, which I have on this, and she has the white edging. I prefer the white edging actually, especially when it starts to get a little fluffy. I don't love the gold as much as I love the look of this clean white book. I just prefer it. I know a lot of people love the gold, but I just prefer the white edging. So this is B6 size, which is right around 5 by 7 inches. And it weighs 18.2 ounces, so it's just over a pound. It actually feels really nice. I just love the way this feels in hand. It's like the perfect, it just feels like the sweetest little book. I just love it so much. I really love it, so I keep being like almost tempted to keep it, but I know I don't need this and I know I won't use it and I know somebody else wants it, so I just feel bad. So this is Tombow River paper. It's the same paper that is in like a Hobonichi planner. It's 52 GSM white. It's the new Sanzin. I've seen such good reviews about the new Sanzin so far. I haven't seen anybody have the bleeding issues on the new one. It comes with a accordion pocket here, which is really substantial. It like really comes out. So a nice accordion, and this one has a strap in the back there. She has new covers that I don't want to put it on because I actually want to sell it new, but just to show you, these new covers fit this perfect. And one cool thing about it is she made these like slotted little place here so that when you bring this around like this, it will go through the slot so you can still use it when you have your cover on, which is amazing. I love that she thought of that. So you can protect this. I think especially if you got the pink one, that you may want to have that protection on it. This one doesn't feel like it would get dirty. It feels like cloth. It's like a linen texture and a linen feel. So the cover for this, if you want to get the complete cover, which you would if you are getting this, it's a thicker book than all of her other planners. This is a $14 cover here. And then this planner itself is $65. So let's zoom in. I'm going to show you what this looks like on the inside and the differences between it and a common planner. All right, if you are familiar with the way that Hobonichi or Common Planner or a lot of these kinds of planners do their layouts inside, they have all of the months together at the beginning, and then all of the weeks are together, and then all of the days together. Well, the complete planner is laid out a little bit different. If you have seen my review of Just Scribbles, this is laid out similar to Just Scribbles, which I loved the way that was laid out. Okay, so you have your 2026 year at a glance, then you will have your 2 notes pages before you get into your goal breakdown. I really like the way she does her goal breakdowns. You have your someday, 1 year, half year, quarterly, monthly, weekly, and daily goals, and there's enough for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different goals that you can break down. She has her 2026 yearly tracker. I use mine for workouts. Let me see if I can showcase how I do it. So I just put a red dot every time I work out. I like to see it, at a glance. I originally was going to do apple rings, and I was going to put like a dot for each of the 3 rings. And then I thought, I often take my watch off and don't wear it after the workout for the rest of the day. So it doesn't even like tell me much, but I do know when I work out. I like to see when I've been to the gym. That's what I use it for. I just put a dot. I've seen people put their steps in here, their work calendar, their kids' school calendar. You can do a lot of different things with this Calendex here. And then you have your quarterly pages. So this is Q1, and you have your priorities for January, February, and March. And then you can breaks down the month here in vertically. So January, February, March with the different days. She has her weekends circled, which I think is really nice. And so you have that for each quarter. So here's quarter 2, quarter 3, and quarter 4. I will say in that planner of mine that I'm currently using, I didn't use these pages. So I don't have any suggestion for them. Here's what her monthlies look like in a B6. All of my monthlies have stuff on them, but I can show you kind of the layout or the size difference. So it's kind of hard to see with my decor, but let's see if there's a better, can you see better on that one? Kind of. But it's definitely a little smaller. B6 is like surprisingly a good amount of space in here, lots of writing space. Then you get your 2 notes pages, and then here you're going to start your weekly. So your first week is December 29th through January 4th of 2026. And over here on the week, you have a notes section with the grid, and you have your month. She circles the week, and you can kind of see where you lie in the week. It's actually really helpful. She also puts the week number. So you have week 1 listed here, and then it will say the month and the year. So this says December to January 2025 to 2026, because this particular page has the last few days of this year in it. And then after the week, instead of it having all the weeks together, you have dated dailies. So here's December 29th. They're a 1-page day. A lot of these kind of Tombow River paper planners have military time, and I love that Sterling Ink has the regular times, at least for America. I don't know what's standard everywhere else, but it starts at 6 a.m. and goes to midnight. So you have a good amount of space, but I also love that the times are really small and they're kind of over on the corner. So if you just want to use this as a notes page, you totally can. So a page per day, it says Monday of 2025. So you have your day and your year. And then on the last day of the month, you have a notes page. So you can do some reflections on this. It will have the 12 there, so it's the last day of the month before it starts your month. So here is your January, and then it will have your notes pages for January where you can set monthly goals if you want, or monthly reflections. And then you have your week. It will have your 7 days in here, and then you'll have your notes page for the end of the week before it gets into the next week, your 7 days, and then your notes page for the next week. And that's how it goes throughout the whole thing. I love that you can see on the white, you can't really see this if you get the gold, but on the white, you can see the monthly tabs here. At the end of this book, it goes to January 3rd as the last week. And then you have about 20 notes pages in the back. And that is it. It's a beautiful book. I love it. It's really hard for me to get rid of it, but I am going to be selling this one. There is the Complete. And then inside of each of the planners, I believe you get some art pieces that are done by the owner, and it has the calendar on the back. So that one's beautiful. Let's go over the next one that I won't be using. This is just the regular Common Planner vertical, and I have not opened it yet. I don't think she brought in any new cover color options. So I got the mulberry color again in B6. Here's the artwork that I got with this one. It's kind of like Alice in Wonderland-esque. So that's the one that came with that. And then they come in a plastic. There are 7 different cover options for this. This one has kind of a tacky feel. It feels really, really nice, like almost leathery, I want to say. And this is the B6 vertical full year. So it's almost the same as the Complete I just showed you, with a few very distinct differences. So in the Common Planner, all of your months are together in the front, and then it goes into your 12 months of weeklies. And then in the back, you have about 370 notes pages. So I think there might be a little bit more than that. You have enough notes pages for every day of the year, and then a few more. So that is the difference between this and your Complete, other than the fact that this is hardcover and it's quite a bit thicker. I should have left it out. This one's a little thinner. It has the months, weeks, and days separated. The daily pages in here really are more notes pages than they are daily pages. They don't have a date on it. They don't have times on here, but they do have these little dots at the top and on the side that help you to separate. So you could actually make this into 2 days if you want. I always draw a line down mine like this and separate like appointments from my tasks, or I'll do my tasks and journaling or something like that in there. So I love having those guides in there, but you could also do it horizontally if you want to have one day and one day, or your to-dos and your journaling or something like that. So I really love that about it. So if you are someone who doesn't want dated because you don't need a daily planner every single day, or you want the freedom to use 3 pages in a day and maybe no pages the next few days, or you want to journal in it and you don't want the constraint of having that daily date on there, this might be better for you. This cover has it does show fingerprints on here. Every single cover on this is a little bit different. So you have the mulberry, and I don't know if their fairy floss feels like this. I've had the pink before. I just don't remember what it feels like. Every size of the common planner is different, obviously, because an A5 is bigger than this. So I think it's $54 for the A5. This one's $50. The B6 is probably more than that. The smaller ones are less. There are also a couple other options. You have the compact version of this. So if you don't need a notes page for every single day of the year, and I think it comes with 170 notes pages, if that would work better for you, you can get the compact and it will save you some money. I believe that the B6 compact version of this, it's the same except half the notes pages, and it's $37. So if you only need a half a page list every day, that might be perfect. If all you need is monthlies and weeklies, you can also get their new planner, which is called the Core Planner. The Core Planner, I believe, is sold out, so you would have to look for it, from a buy-sell trade. But that one is, I think it only has 20 notes pages in the back, just like your standard amount. And then it has just your monthlies and your weeklies. That one has the Cosmo Air Light paper, which is, I believe, 83 GSM, so it's a little bit thicker. This paper here, the Tombow River paper, if you've never used it, it's 52 GSM, and it has a very, I don't know if you can hear that, but just a crinkly effect. I just love this. I love the way it feels. So that's Tombow River paper. It kind of has a crunchiness to it. It's crinkly and so beautiful. The Cosmo Air Light, the best way I could describe it is it's spongy. It's still a thinner paper, but it has more of a spongy feel. It's so fun to write on. And it has the same, it needs drying time. In fact, I think the Cosmo Air Light might even need a little bit more drying time. I have it in this one, which is my Just Scribbles. And it does feel substantially thicker than this paper. But it just has this quality when you write on it that feels spongy. It's really easy to write on. I really, really love it. I actually love this planner right here, Just Scribbles. It's another one that I'm a little bit tempted by. This is the horizontal. I don't need to go into all of them, but these kind of planners, they just get me, and I want to try them all. All right, so that is the common planner if you are looking for that. Let's go over what I actually have decided to use. So this is the daily planner. There are less options available for the daily. The daily is only available in 4 different sizes, and it's only available in 2 different covers. So it is available in A5, B6, which is what I have, the Pocket Daily, which is smaller than an A6. It's quite small. And then the N1, which is, I believe, a standard traveler's notebook size. So you have those options. And then they're all available in this tweed cover, but the A5 and B6 also have the onyx cover, which is this, which is beautiful. I love this. And when I saw this in person, I kind of wished I would have got the onyx. But the tweed, you'd think that it's similar to the complete that I had, that charcoal. The charcoal feels like fabric. It feels like a linen cover. This feels like plastic almost. It's it will be wipeable. This one I will not get dirty. This one won't collect things. It does have the texture. I don't even know if this will focus. It has a texture to it. It feels kind of like the texture of a linen if the linen was plastic. So that's probably the best focusing I'm going to be able to do. It's really pretty and it feels great. So you have your name right there and then your beautiful spine. The dailies are $55 for the A5. This B6 is $47, and then the pocket would be $36, and the N1, that standard size, would be $47. I love my Hobonichi original, and that's what I'm using right now. It's in this Naya. I just got this cover today. Isn't it pretty? The Naya Papery. This is their undyed sheep. But so I use my A6 in here as a daily planner, and I just put my what's going on that day and then my task list. So that's all I do in here. I know this is a haul and maybe you just want to see the sterling ink, but I want to tell you why I chose this one for me. I want one of these two for my daily journal, and one of these will be my daily list. And they're pretty similar planners. I think I've decided that the Hobonichi is going to be my daily list because I like just carrying around a little planner. And I do have covers in B6 as well, so I have Planner Perfect covers. Planner Perfect doesn't make A6, so I had to order from a different company. This one's from Naya Papery, and then I have another cover in this size from Hand Stitch Leather Tea, and that one's not here yet, but this cover is so pretty. Isn't it pretty? That's not what this is about. But anyway, so I'm going to keep my A6 for my daily task list. And this is a lot cleaner inside. You don't have all the Hobonichi colors or weird quotes or anything like that, which I love. I actually love that about a Hobonichi. But for my daily planner, I just want the clean look of the sterling ink. And on all of my planners, I chose white. I just prefer the white on my sterling inks, but you can get gold edging on any of these options as well. And the gold edging I like, but you can see when it starts getting fluffed up, it doesn't really show that well, and you can't really see the monthly tabs. So I really want to be able to see those monthly tab grays. And I just like the clean look of the white. I feel like it looks cleaner, especially when it starts getting fluffed up. I just feel like it just looks nicer. But I think I'm in the minority. I think most people like the gold better. So anyway, here is what is in the daily. You do not get the gold pages, but everything else is the same in the front. So you have your 2026, you have your 2 notes pages, which I will probably do a letter to myself here. I think I saw that on Coffee Monster Co. I think she does that every year, and I just think that's a beautiful thing. And I'll probably continue doing my workouts here. This, I don't know what I'm going to do. Maybe just like major events or something for the months, or I don't know. And then I love in my daily planner to use the monthly to write major events because I like to look over that in years to come when I'm looking at my planner. It's one reason why I love using daily planners for journals is because it has pages like this in it that I can say, look at what was going on in 2026, or this is, yeah, anyway. So in this daily, it has the month before the year begins and then your 12 months, and then it will have the month after. So you have December of 2025 and then all of your 2026 months. And then it ends with January of 2027. For future planning, it's nice that it's in here. So every month you get a notes page before your month begins, and then it will start on your month. And these have no notes pages in between the days. It is just a dated daily. You have a 6 a.m. to 12 p.m. This is not military time. It will say Thursday, 2026, and then the date here, January 1st. And then the little tab here says the number of the month. These are numbered pages, which I really like. On one of the notes pages in the beginning, I will probably put an index. And then any day that was really meaningful or anything that I want to remember and make sure I could know what page that happened on, I'll use it in the notes page, like birthdays or when my kids get accepted to college and I write about it. I might put those sorts of things in the index so I can look and find it easier. Every day looks the same. At the end of the month, depending on what side of the page it ends on, you get either 2 or 3 notes pages. So if it ends on the right side, you will get 2 notes pages. If it ends on the left side, you get an extra notes page. For example, in February, it ends on the left side, so you get this notes page, plus you get your notes page spread. So 3 days. If it ends this side, you only get the 2. So that's what every month looks like. It's very simple, And then in the back, you get 20 notes pages that are not dated. And that is it. That is all the daily is. It's perfect for me for what I'm looking for. I am going to I actually bought a cover for this, but the way that this feels like plasticky, I don't think it needs one. Although I might put it on just so I could tuck different things into it for, seasonal decor or something. But it does not need one. Unlike the mulberry, which I would for sure put, it's kind of a tacky texture and fingerprints. So I would probably put a cover on that one, or any like light color that you just don't want to get pen marks on. Or if you just like sometimes I just like the feel of a cover being on my planner. So if you do, you can do that. The last thing I picked up were these 2 monthly booklets. I got this to track certain things. So I don't know what the certain things are, but I was thinking it would be nice to track something. Really, my friend Carol was checking out and telling me, oh, I really want the booklets. And I thought, me too. I don't know why, but I do. So I was thinking I might use one of these for meal planning and the other one for maybe like my YouTube videos or something. The booklet options come in the monthly. They also come in a duo if you get the weekly. So you can get a weekly and it will have each half of the year in a little booklet. And I believe they have notes booklets, but I think they were sold out when I was checking out. The monthly booklets are available in so many sizes. You have your N1, which is your standard. You have Passport. You have A5, B6. I think there's B5. They range in price from $18 for the giant B5 down to $11, I think, for the Passport. They have B6. There's A6. N2, which I think is like a week size. They have A5 Slim, which is your standard wide, I believe. And then they have B6 Slim, which is the size that I used to love. It's basically this size, just a little more narrow. I'm now more into this like squared size. It's basically like a 5x7. It's a little different. So inside of here, you have your 2026, you have your 2 notes pages. And then this one actually does have your goal breakdown in it. So this would be a great goal booklet too. So if you want just kind of a simple goals, they have your yearly tracker, and then these have the quarterly pages so you could break down those goals in here. This would actually be an amazing goal setting system if you just want to keep it really simple. And then this begins also in December and it goes till, I believe, January in here as well. So you have 14 months in the booklet, and then the back of this, you have notes pages. I think there's 17 notes pages. The weekly booklets, they're available in less sizes, but they're a 2-book set. So you have each half of the year. All of the booklets are in this onyx. So every single one, except I believe that the notebook booklets you can get in more colors. So they are just grid pages in the inside. And I think they're like $13 for those. All right, the last thing, because I got 2 orders, I have 2 of these. So this just tells you how to use your planner. There's a 30-day planner challenge, monthly journal prompts, vision board guide, and you can sign up for all of that there. Then I only got this with one of my orders. Usually you get it with every order. I think I just was missing it from one. But anyway, you get a little sampling of her washi stickers. And then this is like a little card with her art on it. My stickers, the transparent, work amazing with this paper. And you can use the white. I have a friend who says she likes the white in here. It just will bulk it up a little bit more. Thank you so much for watching this Sterling Ink video. You'd think with how much I bought that I was an affiliate with Sterling Ink. I don't even know if she has Sterling Ink affiliates. I am not. I am just a crazy planner person. I do have a referral code, $10 off thing down below. It should work on your first purchase with Sterling Ink if you want to try it out. I'll link all of this down below. I'll link my Naya papery if you want to get A6, she makes it in all covers, but it's beautiful. And I will link the Hobonichi down below. And I'll link this down below because I forgot that I had talked about that. So that's all linked down below. I hope you all have an incredible day. Thank you so much for being here. I love you all, and I will talk to you soon. See you. Bye.